What if you bought crypto once, forgot about it completely, and today it's worth millions? Not a trader who timed the bottom, not a whale with insider knowledge, just someone who bought early and walked away. That's exactly what just shocked the crypto world. One single account sitting untouched for over a decade is now worth about $2.8 million. No logins, no trades, just time. Even crazier, some of the tokens in these forgotten accounts outperformed Bitcoin by more than 61,000%. Today, I'll break down how this happened, why it matters for the market right now, and how you can check whether you might be affected yourself. This story starts in South Korea with Bithumb, one of the country's largest crypto exchanges. Bithumb recently announced that it's holding roughly $201.8 million spread across 2.57 dormant accounts. A dormant account, in this context, means no logins, no trades, and no activity for years, in some cases more than a decade. For an industry that prides itself on constant movement and speculation, this was jaw-dropping. Crypto Twitter lit up because it revealed something most people forget. A massive amount of crypto wealth isn't being actively traded. It's just sitting there, frozen in time, owned by people who may not even remember they own it. When you look at the numbers more closely, they get even wilder. The single largest dormant account held assets worth approximately $2.84 million. The longest period of inactivity was nearly 12 years, dating back to the very early days of crypto exchanges, when Bitcoin was still a niche experiment and altcoins were barely a thing. Some of the tokens in these accounts weren't even considered serious investments back then. Many were bought for a few dollars, sometimes literally spare change left on an exchange after a trade. Fast forward to today, and those same tokens outperformed Bitcoin by tens of thousands of percent. Without trying, without trading, early retail investors accidentally became whales. So how does someone forget crypto that ends up being worth millions? The answer makes a lot more sense when you remember what the early crypto landscape looked like. Exchange user interfaces were clunky, confusing, and often unreliable. Two-factor authentication wasn't standardized. Password recovery systems were weak or non-existent. Many people used burner emails, old Yahoo or Hotmail accounts they no longer check. Phones were lost, laptops were replaced, and seed phrases weren't yet common knowledge. On top of that, there was real fear in the early years that exchanges might get shut down by regulators overnight. For many users, crypto felt experimental and risky. If you put in $50 and forgot about it, it didn't feel like a big deal. That "it was only $50 mindset is exactly how these forgotten fortunes were born. Bithumb didn't just stumble across this problem by accident. This is actually their third annual recovery campaign aimed at reconnecting users with dormant accounts. According to the exchange, around 36,000 users have already reclaimed nearly $50 million through these efforts. As a result, the total value of dormant funds on the platform has dropped by 34% year over year. Exchanges like Bithumb track dormant users through old KYC records, login histories, and internal account activity. When someone comes forward, they verify identity using updated KYC checks, historical data, and transaction patterns. It's slow, manual, and cautious, but necessary to prevent fraud. This isn't just a feel-good story about people rediscovering lost money. It actually matters for the crypto market as a whole. Dormant crypto represents latent supply. Coins that haven't moved in years aren't influencing price action, but the moment they wake up, they become potential selling pressure. If even a fraction of these long inactive holders decide to sell during a bull run, that supply can hit the market fast. On the other hand, if those assets are redistributed slowly or sold over time, the market can absorb them. We've seen this dynamic before. Mt. Gox distributions, old Bitcoin wallets suddenly moving, and long-lost coins reappearing all tend to spark short-term fear, even when the long-term impact is limited. So could this actually trigger a market dip? In theory, yes, but panic selling is unlikely. Most recovered holders don't dump everything at once. Many sell gradually. Some use OTC desks to avoid slippage, and others hold because their time horizon is already measured in decades. The crypto market today is also far more mature than it was during earlier cycles. Liquidity is deeper, participants are more sophisticated, and information spreads faster. A sudden flood of dormant funds sounds scary, but in practice, it's usually a slow leak rather than a burst dam. Now let's talk about you. If you've been in crypto for a long time, there's a non-zero chance you've forgotten something. Start by listing every exchange you've ever used, even briefly. Think back to 2013, 2015, 2017. Search your email inboxes for words like welcome, verify, exchange, wallet, and old platform names. Check spam folders and archived mail. If you find an old account, follow the official recovery process on the exchange's real website, never through links sent by strangers. Be extremely cautious of scams, especially right now, because impersonators thrive on stories like this. If someone pressures you to act fast or asks for private keys, it's a scam. Full stop. There are some big lessons here for crypto investors. First, track every wallet and exchange account you use. A simple spreadsheet can save you from years of confusion. Second, use a reputable password manager and keep recovery options up to date. Third, think about estate planning. If something happens to you, will anyone else know how to access your crypto? And finally, remember this uncomfortable truth. For many people, forgetting crypto has historically outperformed active trading. Time in the market has beaten timing the market more often than most traders would like to admit. Someone forgot crypto worth millions. Don't let that be you. If this video made you think about checking old accounts, hit like. Subscribe if you want more crypto stories most people miss. And let me know in the comments, what was your very first crypto buy?